Hi, and welcome to another QLD Off-Road Adventures production, and thank you for supporting us and our content. Okay, for those of you who've been following this, I've now started to weld the parts together for this rear panel. I've jumped the gun a little bit and I've actually done most of the corner welding, so unfortunately you're not going to see that, but I will show you. At this stage I have welded up these corners on this side and also on that side, so I've welded them on the exterior and then also welded them on the interior to make it exceptionally strong. The same thing on this side, obviously, as corrugations will destroy anything. A bit of overkill is always a good thing. Okay, look, there's one thing that I probably do need to address straight away. You will see me and have seen me use grinder without guard on it. Look, safety first. Never ever take your guards off your grinders. It's something that a lot of us do, but you shouldn't be doing it. It is extremely dangerous to do. Unfortunately, in particular when you're grinding inside more sort of corner areas where you can't get in, you do have to take the guard off to get into that location, but we do put the guard back for normal grinding, so just keep that in mind and definitely don't use that as an example. Alright, so what I'm doing at the moment is just setting up the next couple of welds. So we've got the shorter end of the back going on here with a couple of these magnetic blocks to hold it in place and obviously square it off. But just be mindful, although they will assist, they're certainly not accurate if you do use them. And as such, just always ensure you use an extra square to get your work accurate. So now I use a square to make sure it's all squared away, and equally I also, just to be sure, in case the square's gone out, take some measurements. So on the exterior we're exactly 1830, so that part here should be exactly the same. There we have it, exactly 1830. And that now tells me that this is absolutely true and square. And as I weld it in place now, I know it's going to fit. And now, you'll see while welding I am not actually using welding gloves. This is a personal choice. I feel that they're a little bit too heavy and cumbersome, whereas these gloves that I'm using at the moment, they're still made from a pretty durable leather and do the job. However, it is obviously not recommended, and for anybody that does do any welding, I would probably recommend that you do wear welding gloves.
Okay, so that edge there now has been welded up. Okay, so this is what I literally just welded up. I do have to apologise for some of this camera work's not terribly good. Okay, so just welded up, and we'll give it a bit of a clean up. So there you go. Now this part is going to be under the vehicle, so this being the top, the side that's under it. Theoretically it's not as critical, visually in particular, as other areas. However, I do still like to clean these up. So I will clean that up, although that weld's quite good. Then we'll also weld on the inside, just like we did with the top plate, to ensure that even the most aggressive corrugations aren't going to shake us apart. After all, we don't want to lose it. So again, some people like to tack and then weld. I will do that for very thin material. You just tack weld it rather than seam weld it, and that's okay. It stops it from warping. But this heavy gauge doesn't have that risk, so I can usually do it in one strike. Okay, so there we have it. Now, again, as with the other side, we'll give it a bit of clean off, and there you go. As you can see, it is a fairly good weld. Like, it's not terribly lumpy. It's actually quite good. It's certainly acceptable. Many items you get will actually be weld like that left. But again, I prefer that super smooth finish. So we'll end up getting in there with the grinder and just giving that a once over. Now we're going to try and get in there and weld the inside seam. Alright, so now we'll reconnect this first. We'll attempt to weld the internal side of that. Now weld up the inside, clean off. I'll have a bit of a look, and yeah, it's pretty good. I'm actually very, very happy with that weld. So now we'll do the other side. Hopefully as successful. Okay. Give that a bit of a clean up as well. Have a look. Yeah, pretty good with that too. So as I said before, just because I use it like this, that's not the correct way. Don't. But unfortunately it's the only way I'm going to get inside these tight corners.
I should probably also mention that you should be wearing correct safety glasses, which I'm also not doing, and really don't have an excuse for that. I shouldn't make light out of this, but at least I am wearing hearing protection. But once again, as Ellie mentioned, I should be wearing safety glasses. There's absolutely no excuse not to.
Okay, so cleaned up the inside. Now we need to do the other side. Flip it over to prevent this door. It's always a good idea just to put something there, just to brace it. Stops that getting bent, especially if you were to lean on it. Okay, so now we've got this bottom plate and the top plate. We obviously need to put that angle recess piece in there. Now this it's going to drop approximately 40mm in from the top. Now one of the important things to note is that where we weld the corners, clearly there's going to be weld there. So with a pointy corner going into a rounded corner, that's not going to work. So we'll very first thing we'll have to do is cut off these corners. We'll get our earmuffs on. Taking those corners off, it should tightly, but nonetheless fit together quite well. So to persuade that into place, effort. Okay, so we've put a little bit of square plate in there like this. That'll predominantly act as a support for the sloping face. So we're going to reset that 50mm. We're just going to make sure that we're right on 50mm, and then we'll set of clamps to clamp it all in place. And that should ensure that the work remains as is where is while we're welding it up. When you do weld anything, keep in mind and think about where it is, how it is that you are going to put your welds. If I was to weld this edge here and then try and fit that place to try and fit a flat piece of steel to that weld, clearly it wouldn't sit properly, and I'd actually make myself the job much harder. Whereas if I weld on the inside where there's going to be nothing, it's not going to make a difference, and it's good. one more in the middle. Right. So now that we've secured that, actually use the clamps to turn it and rest it on a return angle. So a little bit easier to get inside that to weld. So there we go. And now we should have no difficulty getting inside there as well. Now, because we are heating the steel up with the welding process, in order to not let it collapse or sag, I've got one of these plates here that's been cut to precisely the same as the end parts, and I will insert that into the centre here, and that will ensure that the distance will remain the same across that expanse, so it doesn't collapse in itself. Hey guys, remember, if you do like the videos that we make, or that I make, and where I show you different things that you can do, and how to go about doing them, or reviews and those sort of things. Basically, if you like your content, don't forget to like it, and subscribe to our channel, and you'll be updated regularly on what we do. It is early stage for us. We are going to make a lot of mistakes as far as our video work, and as I'm mostly on my own doing this, it's a bit difficult to run that camera as well as do all this stuff. Okay. Now that we're welded in that support, it should be pretty straightforward for us to just drop that, oops, apologies on that one, drop the face into there. So we'll get rid of these clamps now. As I was saying before, when you do weld this sort of stuff together like that, make sure you do the welds on the side. You're not going to lay the plate so it doesn't distort it. So we've welded another plate underneath. You can see where the penetration occurred from the other side. It's pretty important that you do get it all the way through. At this stage, we've got the top plate, the bottom plate, we've got the edge, so we should now theoretically have no problems. So now we've got this in there, we can just clamp it together to make sure that it's a nice tight fit, which it is, and then we can weld in to secure it. So that's basically it. Now it's just a case of welding it together. We've got to kind of work out where the camera is and cut that hole prior to us welding that plate. And then we should be right for the rest. So yeah, so that's basically the size of it, and at this stage we should be pretty right to do that hole and then weld the whole thing up, and then you'll have your lights, probably the number plate on this as well, unless we hang it off the base, and then we're just going to trim those edges to suit, and that should then slide straight over the back of the vehicle. So hopefully good days.
Hey, thanks for your support. Thank you for watching this content. We do really appreciate it.